We're here because free speech is under attack. We're here because people are being convinced that socialism works. We're here because people are being judged guilty until proven innocent. We are fighting back with facts. This is not a safe zone, so buckle up, Buttercup. This is the raw, naked truth.
Welcome to the Raw Naked Truth. I'm your host, Eric Lopkin. With the Democratic agenda in tatters, the party and their puppets in the media are focusing on the January 6th investigation. Of course, the media is only telling part of the story of the investigation, so let's look at the truth. Let's start with the real investigation, which was conducted by the FBI and concluded months ago. This investigation found that Donald Trump was not involved and not responsible for the January 6th riots. Like the Mueller investigation before it, the House is ignoring this investigation because it exonerated Donald Trump. Since the FBI found no evidence against Trump, the House has to conduct their own witch hunt. The House investigation is being run by a committee handpicked by Nancy Pelosi, consisting of anti-Trump congresspeople. This is not an impartial investigation by any stretch of the imagination. Nancy Pelosi specifically picked people who had an axe to grind against Trump and would not look into her culpability in the matter. As Speaker, she could have requested increased presence from the Capitol Police. Trump offered to send in the National Guard to protect the Capitol. She refused to do either. Conversations were had prior to January 6th about the need for more security, and Pelosi failed to take any action. Why? Because she wanted a political sideshow and put that above keeping people safe. Pushing the January 6th Commission forward is Adam Schiff. Now, let's take a look at his record. Schiff lied about having evidence that Trump colluded with Russia, pushed the fake Steele dossier without any investigation into its origins, and most evidence points to the fact that he knew the Steele dossier was fake when he pushed it. And he publicly continued to claim that Trump was guilty of collusion after the Mueller report disproved that accusation. Now, the January 6th Commission has admitted that Adam Schiff altered texts that he presented as evidence. One text message, which Schiff attributed to a Republican lawmaker, was doctored to read, quote, "On January 6, 2021, Vice President Mike Pence, as President of the Senate, should call out all electoral votes that he believes are unconstitutional as no electoral votes at all," unquote. But the original message came from former Department of Defense Inspector General Joseph Schmitz, who had drafted and summarized legal arguments that Representative Jim Jordan forwarded to Meadows. And Schiff left out the full exchange, which read, quote, "On January 6, 2021, Vice President Mike Pence, as President of the Senate, should call out all the electoral votes that he believes are unconstitutional as no electoral votes at all, in accordance with guidance from Founding Father Alexander Hamilton and judicial precedents." Quote, "No legislative act," unquote, wrote Alexander Hamilton in Federalist number 78. Quote, "contrary to the Constitution can be valid," unquote. The court in Hubbard v. Lowe reinforced this truth, that an unconstitutional statute is not a law at all, is a proposition no longer open to discussion. 226F135, 137, parentheses, SDNY 1915, close parentheses. Appeal dismissed. 242 U.S. 654, open parentheses, 1916, close parentheses. Following this rationale, an unconstitutionally appointed elector, like an unconstitutionally enacted statute, is no elector at all, unquote. So the entire text was about court cases backing up the vice president's ability to remove phony votes. It was not, as Schiff wants people to believe, an effort to overturn the election. Now, it was bad enough when Schiff lied about evidence. Now he's manufacturing it. Schiff is an attorney and should have his license revoked, be censured by the House, and removed not just from the commission, but from the House itself. The Democrats are pushing the January 6th narrative because they have completely failed to help the American people. The Biden administration is a complete washout. So the Democrats need to push the story that democracy is in danger if they lose control. Trump was found to have no culpability by the FBI. Adam Schiff has falsified evidence. The Democrats are attempting to undermine democracy and claim that it's the Republicans that are the danger. That's the raw, naked truth. You can catch every episode of The Raw Naked Truth at xvadio.com/podcasts. You can also find us on the Apple Podcast app, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Audible, Amazon Music, and wherever you find podcasts. We'll see you next time.